Hi, this is Mo Volans for Point Blank Music School, and we're currently looking at the fully featured mastering suite for the iPad, Final Touch by Positive Grid. Now, when it comes to making your mixes sound a little bigger and a little wider, there's nothing better than a bit of stereo enhancement, and that's what we're going to be taking a look at right now. So I've got the electronica track that you heard in the intro loaded up here, and I'm going to go to the stereo imager because I want to not only increase the stereo width of the track, but I want to add some control as well, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But if we play it back without it engaged so you can hear it in its raw state, I mean, we've got some basic EQ in place to filter out subsonics and maximize it to stop any overs at the end. But you can hear that it's a decent mix, it's a good relative levels, but I just want to add some extra sheen and some extra width. So let's go ahead and engage the stereo imager. Now, the display is really useful because it allows us to see how wide the stereo image currently is, and we've got quite a lot of mono information, and we can see that, you know, an enhancement is going to work well here. So to add this enhancement, all we really need to do is up the stereo width. And immediately you can see the data spreading out to the left and right sides, and it becomes more active and wider. Now, the useful thing about this stereo imager is it will automatically make sure it's mono compatible, so anything you do here isn't going to ruin your mono mix. To ensure that your mono mix is definitely under control and your low frequencies are under control, because you don't really want low frequencies being enhanced in the stereo field. You don't want them to be stereo, you want them to remain mono. We can use this mono filter. And that's over to the left here. And if we maybe just filter up to, say, 120 Hertz, that means that everything below 120 Hertz will remain in mono. So you can rest assured that your kick drum and your bass and everything else remains in mono and remains powerful and focused. This will give you a more cohesive mix and just a more focused low-end image. We can quickly check our mix in mono by hitting this mono stereo button. We can also flip the left and right channels, and we can change the phase of either channel if you've got phase issues. Also, if you want to reverse the pan, for instance, you can get some interesting effects, but we can just immediately reverse the left and right channels. So you've got all the control you need over your stereo image there, and it makes a huge difference to the mix. If we listen to it in and then out, you can really hear the sheen and that magic that it adds. So this should have given you a good overview of the stereo imager. And next we're going to move on to the all-important maximizer, which is essentially a great brick wall limiter and will give you extra punch and added perceived volume to your master.